All right, how about the Detroit Lions winning the playoff game against the Rams? They beat Matt Stafford, and man, Matt Stafford gave them hell in this one, but they were able to ultimately do enough, run out the clock, and get the victory. What a job. Just can't help but feel awesome for the Lions fans who, hey, they have a game to go to next week. They get the home game due to how everything went down. Let's just talk about, everything that went down. Let's start off with this play. Some of the stuff was just easy, right? Like something like this, so what they're going to do is use the running game to get guys out of position, which the running game was working. And I wasn't sure how well the running game would work because, the Rams do have, Kobe Turner and Aaron Donald up the middle. That's kind of something you have to deal with. But what they're going to do here is they're going to run a play action and to have a receiver running a route. Hopefully you can get players that are supposed to cover over the middle out of position, and then that can get open. The receiver on this play is Josh Reynolds. So, okay, well, let's see how this works out. As you see, Goff is going to fake a pitch back and then looks over. And, you see that the corner in the area is covering pretty far deep, and everyone over the middle is just completely out of position. It is what it is. And watch Goff. That's an easy throw. He'll make those all day. They just get the easy first down right there and get inside the 5. That's just something that you can't have, but it's what they were having. You were able to scheme this stuff open really easily, and it all starts from when you have specific plays working. Well, then teams have to start defending those plays, and you can use that to counter it and do other stuff. So that's what they were doing. Also, again, stuff like this, which we talked about, hey, the Rams like their zone coverage. They're kind of trying to fake as though they could be doing something else. It's not exactly clear what they're doing pre-snap, but it is going to eventually be zone coverage that they drop back in. And for the Lions, they have a couple of routes over the middle, actually, but the real one is going to be Josh Reynolds' route, the guy who's closer towards the bottom of the screen running over the middle. He is the guy that Stafford is going to look towards here. Excuse me, not Stafford, Goff. It throws me off a little bit with the uniform change and everything. Goff, obviously, the quarterback of the Lions. That's what he's going to look for here. And as you see, when this play begins, it's open. That's just the reality of the situation is they're able to scheme guys open. They have routes like this where even if they don't exactly know what's happening, the reality is kind of an over-the-middle route like this tends to be good. Even if against most coverages, these routes tend to be able to be effective. You see Goff is able to make the throw, and they're able to, get it into the hands of, once again, Reynolds, who does amazing work after the catch on top of it. So, again, listen, you can blame the Rams defense if you want, and there's some legitimate reason. It's not a good defense. They don't cover well. It is what it is. But also, these things go both ways. You have to be able to run the schemes effectively, and that's what the, Lions were able to do on this play. Also, something like this I thought was brilliant. So the Lions, right off the bat, looks like they're going to run the ball. It's a 4th down and 1 situation, although it's a long one, maybe 1.5 yards or so. They're set up as though this is going to be a rushing play. So for the Rams, they have a lot of players who are, ready to help try and stop the run. However, then they adjust, and you're going to see them send several players out wide. Just a little thing like that now means that for the Rams, who were in a man coverage scheme, now they have several players who are going to be out wide. So, okay, who is covering Sam Laporta on this play? Sam Laporta, we thought maybe wouldn't be playing in this game. Ends up that he is playing. It's going to be Michael Haidt, who is the player who, again, he's dropped back into coverage a decent amount. This year, he has over 200 coverage snaps, so it's not like he's just a pure edge rusher who's out wide like this. But obviously, this isn't the ideal situation. They did this because they thought it was going to be a running play. And watch how when this play begins, you're going to see that Sam Laporta, just wins this matchup. There's a window here, not a wide open window for Goff, but the reality is he's going to hit these pretty much every time. And as you see, that's exactly what happens. Goff is able to make the throw. So really good scheme by the Lions, and then it's really well executed. Again, at the end of the day, you can scheme stuff up, but the players still have to go out and make the plays. And that's what Laporta was able to do on that one, and that's what Goff was able to do on that one. But then all of a sudden, after the Lions started off the game with 3 straight touchdown drives, there was kind of a run of stops all of a sudden. And I thought part of it was just getting a play. Sometimes it's just, find one play defensively or one mistake offensively. So on 1st and 2nd down, they ran the ball and did not get a ton. And that's something I kind of talked about going in is, listen, these two teams like to run the ball, but this probably isn't the right game to run the ball. Even though both were running the ball effectively, it's still you want to make sure that the passing, you don't do something like this where you get 2-yard rushes and now you're forcing yourself to have to pass for a 1st down. The Rams are going all out to defend the pass, cover 2-man right here. A lot of times the Lions like to do a screen pass here, but they're not going to on this one. Watch as Goff takes the snap. He looks down the field. It doesn't seem like he loves what he sees. But on top of this, there's going to be, it's pressure in a sense, right? Because it's going to, what's going to happen is, well, I'll just show it. Watch as Goff runs into his own offensive lineman and goes down. But he runs into his own offensive lineman because of the pressure. So, hey, finally able to get some semblance of defense going here. Or perhaps you just got a couple of stops and were able to get the offense to make a mistake, but at the end of the day, you're getting the opposing team to punt, so what's the difference there? And definitely you would have liked to see, if that was just a little bit cleaner of a pocket, if Goff didn't get tripped up, you wonder what could have happened. And then a play like this, so what's going to happen is, it's a one-on-one matchup with Reynolds on the outside. Again, big spot in the game, 3rd down and 4 situation, you're up a point, 7.5 minutes left. Watch as when Goff takes the snap, you're going to see right here, there's a potential window about the form, right? Reynolds is going to cut, and Goff sees this. He's going to put the ball in that direction, and there's no getting around it. It's a missed throw, and those are tough. Those are plays you have to get, really. That's a play you have to get by Goff and Reynolds, and I didn't think it was a horrible missed throw. I do think it was a missed throw. I don't think there was a communication thing there, but it was just a bit too high. Reynolds couldn't go up and make the grab. It's just a tough play there. And so when your defense kept, doing a great job in the red zone, not giving up touchdowns, it didn't matter as much because you kept not being able to put points on the board at all in the second half. They scored some, but you know what I mean. That was what allowed the Rams to get back in it. But this play was huge, so it's a key David Montgomery play. So, set the stage, 2nd down and 7, but the Rams only 1 timeout left. And really, right off the bat, it doesn't look like it's going to do a lot. Look, Goff takes the snap, and you see it's like, okay, this could gain a couple of yards, set up a 3rd down and 5 situation, but this is where, again, having a player who can make a play can really be key, and I think David Montgomery has been a real nice addition, real underrated addition that the Lions made this offseason. Watch him make the move. He is able to pick up a 1st down right there. Again, that's just so crucial to keep the drive alive and to help kill more clock, and good job by him, too, making sure he cuts back over the middle of the field, making sure he kills some clock there. And then this one, of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown able to win one-on-one. So listen, a little bit of a rough patch in the second, 3rd and 4th quarters, but ultimately do enough. You can't help but just feel awesome for the Detroit Lions in their ability to, pull off the victory. They move on, and they will play either the Eagles or the Buccaneers. They're going to host the second round due to the fact that the Cowboys lost. I believe they'll be the first ever 3 seed to host a divisional round matchup, just interestingly enough, and they're going to be heavily favored against Tampa Bay or Philadelphia. So definitely have to feel great for them and their ability to move on, and they will be favored to get to the conference championship. What a run for this team. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.